Have you read that acting book yet? I thought there were only two acting books. I personally have a list of 11 top reading books for actors. As an actor, whether you're in class or out of class, you should familiarize yourself with as many acting technique books as you can. That way you can have an idea of what other actor styles are. I know there's a bazillion acting books out there. That's why I want to share my top 11 go-to acting books with you today to kind of give you a cheat sheet of sorts. The first one is usually the go-to book for all actors, and it was actually the first acting book I ever read. And it is Uta Hagen's Respect for Acting. It is an intro to the acting vocabulary and has become a staple in the acting world. The next three up are must-reads by Konstantin Stanislavski. These three books will give you great insight as an actor. It will deepen your acting, your technique, and your understanding of character. They are An Actor Prepares, Creating a Role, and Building a Character. The next one is also becoming a staple in the acting world. It's written by acting coach guru Ivana Chubbuck, and it's called The Power of the Actor. It's probably the book I work from the most because I studied with Ivana. And if you live in Los Angeles, I highly recommend you take a class with Ivana because she's got it going on. Ivana studied with Roy London, another one of my most fantastic acting teachers. And she does a great job of interjecting his technique as well as Uta Hagen, Stanislavski, and Stella Adler, as well as her own technique. She is brilliant at putting it all together. I love Ivana Chubbuck. Ivana gives you 12 key points that are broken down into chapters. Full disclosure, I use those 12 points when I go into auditions or if I'm just preparing for a role. Next up is acting teacher Larry Moss, another absolute favorite of mine. Oh my God, you owe it to yourself to take his class. Larry Moss wrote a solid acting book called Intent to Live. While Ivana breaks down the technical side of acting, Larry Moss taps into the emotional aspect. Harold Guskin has a great book called How to Stop Acting. I got this book years ago as a gift from my friend Carlise Burke. I love you, girl. And it really gave me a new perspective on reading scripts. Not getting stuck on the lines, but delivering them in a natural and authentic way. The Art of Dramatic Writing by Lajos Egri is not an acting book per se, but as an actor, it gives you great insight on how to fully realize your character, including physical, psychological, and socioeconomic status. This book helps you create a more complete character. It's also a great book to read to understand dramatic writing. Next is Stella Adler's Art of Acting. Stella was a great acting teacher who I was very fortunate to study with. Stella, I love you, Stella! Her technique includes actors doing lots of research. She was big on researching the period as well as every aspect of the character, including what their profession is. And if they have an illness, she demands that you research that illness. Stella was very big on turning every stone, and she hated lazy actors. Oh my God, she would just tear them apart. Another wonderful book is by the late great acting teacher Sanford Meisner, who breaks down his technique in his book, Meisner on Acting. If you're familiar with Sandy Meisner's technique, you know that he was big on repetition. Entrances, exits, come in, leave, come in, leave, start again, one more time, start again, do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And the last book I'll recommend is by Margie Haber. This book isn't so much about acting as it is about auditioning and booking the job. While we all want to act, before we can act, we need to know how to audition. And before you audition, you need to be prepared. And Margie gives you great tools to get you ready in her book, How to Get the Part Without Falling Apart. Let me know what your favorite acting books are, and we will do a follow-up video to share your favorites. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you like the advice that I gave you, check out my YouTube channel. And while you're there, subscribe for future episodes. And like it, share it, comment on it. And remember, hashtag keep common sense.